We will talk about taxation, and there is what the national government proposes, but then again, we have the counties.
Yes.
All this manufacturing that you talk about, right, are also situated in different counties, where counties as well would come with their set of finance bills with their own revenue-raising mechanisms, and that will equally go to these manufacturing sectors in those counties as well, leave alone the national government. And even when transporting goods from one point to the other, one county to the other, there is cess that is paid, which then are the levies that you're talking about that overall contribute to the cost of product on the shelf. Now, we've established that for manufacturing to grow, everything has to be looked at. But how then do we have conversations from both levels of government, national and county governments, to have an understanding that if we make it easier for manufacturing to grow, then we make more people get employed, deal with an employment question, and just make the economy do good for everybody? Are these conversations that we are having with these counties, and what are the response?
I think one of the pain points we've had is doing business at the subnational level, which is the county governments. The county governments are out to collect revenue.
Yes.
And they have imposed a lot of levies and fees and charges that are more or less duplication.
Yeah.
So you pay it at the national government, and then you pay it at the county level. They call it, they'll give it different names to generate revenues. And it has been a pain point in terms of even movement of goods from one county and to another. I have produced my goods here in Nairobi. I need to take it to my clients in Kajiado. Reaching Kajiado, I am asked to pay. Yet I'm sending goods to a distributor who has a license in Kajiado. I'm asked to pay a fee to enter Kajiado. Doesn't make sense in any country. Doesn't make sense at all. So it is not based on any reasonable fact, but it is based on we need to collect revenue, so you have to pay. So what this is doing is increasing the cost of doing business. So you'd say, I would rather not go to that market. But if you don't go to that market, will your people eat bread? For example, I produce bread, I need to take bread to Kajiado. People in Kajiado need to eat bread. Why am I being charged? Yet I am coming from Kiambu, I've already paid the required license. So we push for what we call Uniform License Procedures Act. And this intent is to harmonize all the fees and charges within different counties to enable goods to move, so that if I've paid licenses in Kiambu, I can move in any county without any charges. And it's still under the developing regulations, and we are pushing to have that done. But if I was to make a call in this country, I would even reduce the number of counties. If I was to make a call, that's me.
You're joining an interesting group of people who have also made the same sentiment, expressed the same sentiment, and quite publicly so. When we talk about the manufacturing sector, we want to come back here because insistence that this is probably the one that is going to save the economy, and that everybody recognizes that agriculture too. When we talk about the inputs, this is now where the rubber meets the road. That if you're going to have protectionist policies, there are two things that you must do. Number one, make the inputs more affordable.
Correct.
And then you must also make the imports more expensive. Now, when we look at things like the livestock sector, farmers are crying every day that things like cotton seed cake, sunflower seeds, those things are so expensive. It is difficult for them to make the meal that they need in order for these animals to feed and then grow to sizes where they can sell. And so why would it be difficult to reduce the amounts, or rather reduce the taxes and or levies on these products? Is it something that, because every time we talk about this, we're told, well, we reduce the cost of fertilizer. Okay, fantastic. And we've applied subsidies. What more can be done to ensure that happens? Because I see a situation whereby you have people are farming, people are in poultry, people are in livestock, people are in seeds and veg and all kinds of things, but are not able to realize because the inputs are too expensive. This is all part of manufacturing.
Correct.
What would be needed to do?
What needs to be done is clear. Reduce taxation on inputs to grow the manufacturing sector in this country. And looking at this current budget, we've seen reduced taxation on various inputs for different sectors, for furniture, for leather, for pharmaceutical, and many other sectors that I've noted. This definitely will spur the growth of those sectors, because when I import my raw materials at a higher rate, then that means my final product that I produce will be very expensive. And remember, these products can also be sourced elsewhere internationally. So we need an element of duty protection in terms of imports that come in to compete with our local manufacturers. There are sensitive conversations that we also have, and where Treasury sits, there needs to be a balance. Because when you talk about promoting the textile and apparel sector in the country, and then on the other hand, there is the second-hand clothing.
Yes.
There needs to be a balance. Do we want to grow our local textile, or do we want to rely on imported clothing?
It's an escape, though, isn't it, Jade?
It's a catch-22, because one thing, we are looking at affordability. Do we want to make the local apparel and clothing affordable to match the imports?
Yeah, because let's be honest, you can buy a t-shirt for 100 shillings.
Correct.
Or 50.
Yes.
You can buy a t-shirt for 30 shillings.
Correct.
Is the local industry, textile industry, then going to be able to develop so much so that you can then offer to people who will buy a t-shirt for 30 shillings? Can you sell the same thing, or is that not what we're looking at?
It is a journey. Okay. But it starts somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. We can't just say, okay, now
sell your stuff at 30 shillings.
Sell your stuff, because now we can't make clothes.
Right.
Because we're exporting jobs.
Right.
So it is a balance. It is something that we need to balance. We balance imports of second-hand clothing, but also we try and grow the textile and apparel sector. So when it reaches a level where we can be able to produce clothes at the lowest affordable rate, then we totally reduce imports. But there's